Myself Deepak B, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, NIE Mysuru. Okay. In today's lab, I am going to give you a brief description on the welding process and what are the operations we are conducting in this general engineering practice lab. Okay. Normally, the first year students, either in first semester or second semester, who are in physics cycle, we are going to perform this general engineering practice lab, which in turn shortly it will be called as GEP lab. As you all are aware that in this lab we are going to perform three operations. One is fitting, welding and sheet metal forming. Okay. Majority of the students have completed this fitting operations before the commencement of lockdown due to this COVID-19. Okay. And you have completed 2 to 3 models in the welding and you need to perform the sheet metal process. Okay. Now just I am going to brief you on what are the basic principles of welding and what are the types of operations we are going to perform in our lab. Okay. Okay, then let us start with the session now. What is welding or how can we define welding? See, the metallurgical joining of two metal pieces together in order to produce essentially a single piece of metal will be called as welding. Then the metal piece which are to be joined will be called as weldments. Okay, so this was the basic definition of welding. Then what are the different types of welding process we have, or how these welding processes are classified. Okay, so you can see here we have several types of welding like gas welding, arc welding, resistance welding, solid state welding, thermochemical welding and radial and energy welding. Okay, but in our curriculum, out of these types of weldings, we are just concentrating only on arc welding process. Okay, so the two electric arc welding process we are going to use to perform the welding operations in our general engineering practice lab. Okay, then what is the working principle of this arc welding process? You can see here, this figure shows, this figure shows the schematic representation of electric arc welding process. So here you can see this was the base metal and this was the electrode. Okay, see how welding operation is carried out with the help of this electric arc welding process. See, normally here the workpiece or the metal piece to be welded will form one pole of the circuit and the electrode which is held by the operator will form the another pole. Okay, when the arc is produced, the intense heat melts the surface of the workpieces and it produces a small molten metal pool. So you can see this is the small molten metal pool. Okay. At the same time, the tip of the electrode also melts up. Then the molten metal of the electrode will be carried over by an arc to the molten metal which will be present on the surface of the workpieces. Okay. Now the molten metal in the pool will be disturbed by the action of the arc and it thoroughly mixes the base metal and filler metal. Okay. Once this molten metal is allowed to cool down and solidify, a strong joint will be obtained. And you can see here, so this was the electrode and the flux is coated over the electrode. So what's the purpose of coated flux over the electrode? See, it produces an inert gaseous shield. So this was the gaseous shield, or it supports the arc and it protects the molten metal from oxidation by coming in contact with the atmosphere. Okay, so this was the basic working principle of electric arc welding process. Okay, then with the help of electric arc welding process, we are going to perform 4 types of operations in our general engineering practice lab. And what are the different types of joints we are going to produce are these things. One is butt joint, lap joint, L joint and T joints. Okay, these L joints and T joints are also called as corner joints. Okay, what is butt joint? See, you can see here. So this was the completed model of the butt joint. So in the butt joint, the sides of the metal pieces which has to be joined are placed side by side by maintaining a distance of certain millimeter, and the electrode will be passed in between these two joints in order to obtain a butt joint. So you can see here, sides of the joints are placed one next to each other and the welding operation is performed. This is regarding butt joint. Okay. The second type of joint is lap joint. What is lap joint? So it is also called as lapping. Okay. See, lap joint is nothing but the workpieces are placed one over the another and the the operation is performed in order to produce a strong joint. You can see here. So the workpieces are placed one over the another and the welding operation is performed. And out of these joints, lap joint is the strongest joint. Okay. Then finally, L joint or T joint will be called as corner joint. Okay. So what is L joint or T joint? Here the workpieces are joined by placing perpendicular to each other. So you can see this was the L shape. The workpieces are placed at the end of. So in the corner joint you can see here the workpiece is placed at the corner of the workpieces and the welding operation is performed in order to obtain the L joint. Okay. So these were the 4 operations normally we are conducting in our general engineering practice. One is butt joint, lap joint, L joint and T joint. Okay. So in this model you can see this part is called as butt joint where the workpiece to be joined and placed side by side and the welding operation is performed between them, and this is lap joint. Workpieces are placed one over the another and the welding operation is performed, and this is the corner joint where the workpieces are placed perpendicular to each other and the welding is performed. Generally, while performing welding operations in the lab, it's very essential to take some precautionary measures. What are the precautionary measures we need to take is as follows. Okay. See, while coming to the lab, it's very essential to wear the apron like this. After wearing the apron, we have to wear the hand gloves. Okay. Then after wearing the hand gloves, we have to make use of this hand shield. Okay. So this is the hand gloves and this is the hand shield. If hand shield is not available, you can make use of goggles also. Apart from this, you have to, it's very mandatory to wear the shoes while coming to this lab. After taking certain precautionary measures in the welding lab, now let us see what are the tools we are generally making use to perform the welding operations. Okay, so you can see here, so this was the welding table where we are going to perform the welding operations. Okay, and you can see here the tool which was held in my hand was electrode holder. Okay, so this was the electrode holder and the electrode has been connected to this electrode holder. So there are mainly 2 types of electrodes, consumable electrodes and non-consumable electrodes, but we are making use of consumable electrodes in order to perform the welding operations. Okay, and this electrode holder is connected to an oil-cooled step-up transformer. Okay, and apart from that, we are going to make use of this tool is called as tongs, which will be used to hold the workpieces while performing the welding operation. And this is the chipping hammer. The main function of chipping hammer, it is used to remove the excess material which has been accumulated on the surface of the workpieces. Okay. Along with that, we are making use of this wire brush. In order to clean the surface of the workpieces, we make use of this wire brush, and this table which will be used to perform the welding operation was made electrical earth. These were some of the tools which were very essential to carry out the welding operation. Just now we have seen how the welding operation has been performed in order to produce a butt joint. After performing the butt joint, the excess amount of the material has been removed by chipping as follows. Okay. With the help of the chipping hammer, we are going to remove excess amount of material. Then it has been cleaned with the help of the wire brush like this. Now the butt joint has been prepared, or it has been. So the model which you are seeing is the completed or finished model of the butt joint. After completion of the butt joint, this workpiece has to be quenched in a cold water in order to bring it into a cold state. Thank you.